it didn't go so well yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Something inappropriate could happen at any moment.
Oh, okay.
Not in control. Not quite sure who is in control. It's you today, Mike. It's you.
The goblins.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7, looking at 7:20, and it's Mr. Scott Allen and Mr. Mike Bentz in for your Wednesday, our Wednesday regular for the summer.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, you said this is, you usually get up to sometime in the 4 o'clock hour. Is that a normal thing?
No.
No? Okay, just today?
I was just so excited about being here this
All
morning.
wound up. I got to be on the radio.
All wound up.
I got to be on the radio. I got to be on the radio.
4:15, I figured, why not?
I had to adjust all the cameras because you're like 8 feet tall.
Well, I just assume that way because I'm 4 feet wide.
Oh, you are not. You are not. But you are tall. How tall are you?
6'4".
6'4". Wow.
Yep.
So in high school, football?
No, I didn't play football. I played basketball. I wrestled.
Okay.
And then, once I got into my junior year, then, making money and
All right.
taking out girls became more important.
All right. Then smashing your head into their heads?
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
So you were one of those guys kind of like me that was under the bleachers kissing the girls.
That's right. Yeah. I figured, okay, I can
Busted.
beat my head in or,
All right. You're a big guy, though. I would have thought football for sure.
No, actually, I've got epilepsy, and so that kind of ruled that out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And no, there's nothing to be sorry about. It's pretty common, and I think it's one of those things that it shouldn't be hidden. And there's all kinds of it. And my particular one was if I got hit hard or I saw bright sunlight, then I would go blind for a short period of time.
Whoa.
And the reason they found that out is I was racing a friend of mine on a bicycle and got hit by a car. And I could go on and on and on.
Really?
Yeah, but I really do want to encourage people, don't hide that stuff. I mean,
Let your friends know. Don't be scared of it.
Yeah, don't be scared of it. Yeah.
Now, is it something you still suffer from?
No. Basically, they discovered it when I was around age 12. Put me on some medication. I got to college. I was fortunate enough to pick a doctor up in Missoula, Montana, who had a son with epilepsy, and he weaned me off the medication, and things have been fine ever since.
All right.
So,
I've had a couple friends that have had it, and
Most people really relate it to people that have seizures, and I didn't have seizures. And epilepsy, from what I understanding, is it's just a short malfunction, like a short in your brain for a minute. And
I have a friend who, if he's riding co-pilot in the car, has to shield his eyes if you're going by a cop with his lights on. Because he can't
very similar,
he can't look at a TV. Let's say you're playing some of the more far out video games. He can't play them. There was one years ago, and I don't know if it's changed over the years because I stopped playing video games a long time ago, but it was called Twisted Metal, and had some pretty cool graphics for its time, and it operated on a split screen when you played against someone.
Right.
And the minute it would go on split screen, even if I was just watching someone play it, within minutes, I would be so nauseous that I'd think I was going to pass out.
Oh, yeah.
And then it would stick with me for hours and that kind of stuff. And I don't know if that's like a form of that or something else, but it definitely threw off my equilibrium just looking at it on the screen.
Yeah, that's way out of my wheelhouse. I know what affected me.
Sure.
And so things like I'd be in a theater, which is really dark, and if you walked outside and it was really bright sunlight, then that would trigger it. Or the flashing lights, you had to be really careful with those, really bright flashing lights. And so... and the downside, I guess, the risk wasn't just worth contact sports.
Sure.
And even the wrestling thing, that went away, and then this is before basketball became what I call guerrilla ball.
Okay.
It was actually a finesse sport instead of a contact sport. But yeah, no, it's. The only thing kind of disappointed is I can't get a pilot's license, for instance, and stuff like that. Yeah,
Probably not safe.
Yeah, it's I wasn't able to go into the service, and for the same reasons, they don't like people that lose their eyesight and things like that. So you just find other ways to do things.
Yeah,
and I did okay. Yeah.
I was worried for a while, but I came on it that I'd lose my ability to drive because I had the vertigo thing. And people, when they hear that, it's kind of one of those lesser-known things where they think, oh, you're dizzy or you're lightheaded or whatever. But true vertigo, the world tilts at about a 45-degree angle. Your brain does, so that everything looks like it's sloped at 45 degrees, and you have to try and walk across it. It is impossible. I had it happen during a training meeting with DJs one time, and my stepson, they thought I was having a heart attack, actually carried me out of the building, and over to the hospital. And it happened to me once at Safeway where I had to call for help. I bent down for a can of peas and came up, and I couldn't walk. I was lucky. A lot of people get stuck there when they lose hearing, because it's very typical in like Meniere's disease to happen. Yeah. But vertigo only happens in a certain range of hearing loss, and once I made it through that, I was okay.
Yeah, so. My dad had Meniere's disease, and he was an over-the-road truck driver, and so basically it took a while to figure out what it was, because this was clear back in the 60s, and he'd be driving down the road and all of a sudden feel like he was upside down. And that's not a good thing to do when you're running a semi.
No. It's scary, too.
Yeah. Once they figured out what it was, then he had to retire. But yeah, no, it's kind of one of those things that it's there. It's been there forever. I don't even know if it's still there. Frankly, there's no way. I guess they could probably do an electroencephalogram and figure it out, but it's just not important.
Oh, they have things they can do to you. I've had to wear the helmet where they flash the lights in your eyes and try to get you to flip out. Oh, yeah.
Well, I remember having to do the electroencephalograms, and they put all these probes around you.
Oh, yeah.
Because they measure these brain waves or something with little electrical pulses. And it was pretty weird looking, to say the least. But
They were shoving probes in my ear, little tiny things.
Really?
And I was visiting with the gal or whatever, and I was talking about, so people that have Meniere's disease, that sound that should be going to your brain is replaced by a really loud hum.
Yep, exactly.
So I was talking to her about the hum, and she goes, oh, that's something, in the medical terms that is just inside your head. She said, and it truly is just inside your head. Right. No one else can hear it. Their equipment can't pick it up. She says, it's what your brain fills in the blank with. Right. And I was like, well, that's a horrible thing to fill in the blank with.
Exactly.
It's like the test tone on a TV all night long.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I sleep with fans, things like that. Little noise in the background helps.
Get that white noise going.
Or be really tired so you just pass out so you don't notice the woo. All right.
Okay.
Am I still on the radio?
That's right.
Some goodies for this morning. We should probably do some weather. That might be something important. And why don't you roll out if you've got the breakfast and the lunch still up there? Did you find those?
I have the breakfast up.
All right.
Are we ready?
Yeah, breakfast at Guess and lunch at Guess.
Okay, and this is the wrong month.
Is it really on May?
No.
Okay.
I got it.
It's kind of confusing the way they laid it out. I had the same problem yesterday.
Anyway, so here we got for breakfast. We have a variety of muffins.
Okay.
Oh, one of my favorites.
I know.
In fact, I expected muffins when I get here next
I'm
week.
sorry. It's not in the budget. I'll see if I can wrangle some of it on my personal budget.
Okay. Cinnamon buns. Okay. Maple bites, fresh fruit juice, and milk of choice for breakfast. If we you want to move into lunch?
I sure do.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Peanut butter sandwich, sunflower kernels, carrots, fresh fruit, and there again, milk of choice.
All right, there you go. Weather-wise today, scattered thunderstorms. I woke up this morning. I think I said that to you, and I thought, did my alarm go off wrong? Wow, was it dark out?
Yeah, really dark out.
Yeah, it looks like we're definitely going to see some thunderstorms, even though it only says I guess it says 70%. I thought it said 10. I'm a little blurry-eyed today. Just a little. And then, we won't even get into that. 73 and 52 for the high and low today. Thursday, mostly cloudy, 78 and 56 with a 20% chance of precipitation for your 4th of July. The rain, great thing. Keep the fireworks at bay.
Absolutely.
In case we have a misfire.
Yeah. Well, I love the rain. It clears the air. It's going to lower the fire danger. And
well, the only thing that's scary is the thunderstorms, because sometimes they ignite them.
That's true.
But everything's nice and lush, so let's keep our fingers crossed. For Friday, partly cloudy, 79 and 55, 20% chance of precipitation. And we'll keep that chance of precip for Saturday and Sunday at 20% as well. Now, warmer, though. Saturday, partly cloudy, 80. Sunday, partly cloudy, back down to 78. Very mild. Enjoy.
It's actually beautiful
as
far as I'm concerned.
Yes, it is.
Once it gets past 85, then it starts getting a little suffocating.
Yeah. Totally. Especially for us old guys. Can't take the heat anymore.
All right. Easy now.
Sorry. something learned while looking for something else. That's our bits and breaks for this morning. First off, we're gonna start off with something I didn't know about Instagram. I wasn't originally called Instagram. Of course, it's a popular service. Have you ever used Instagram?
Right. I do, kind of. I mean, it's not one of those things I go to all the time, but we actually have it at the golf course.
All right.
We use that pretty aggressively up there. Josh Olsen takes care of that. And of
Good
course,
marketing tool.
Good marketing tool. And then, of course, Loretta loves it because of grandkid pictures and stuff like that.
Sure.
Because you can protect it, I guess, so it doesn't go public. So
Oh,
you
nice.
can control who actually sees it.
So just in your circle of friends.
Yeah, circle of friends, if you have fun.
I got kicked out. I was in one. Yeah,
You're outside
it was
the
just me and
circle.
someone else, and they kicked me out of the circle of friends. All right. In fact, it wasn't even a photo sharing app when it started. Instagram was initially called Bourbon.
Bourbon?
After the whiskey.
After the whiskey, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. BURBN, though, to cuten it up a little bit. It's
Okay.
the internet. It was a check-in app like Foursquare. Bourbon eventually became the photo sharing app we know today because it didn't do so well originally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They repurposed.
Yes. People were using Bourbon, but it did too many things and was too complicated. And so the app's creators started diving into the data to see what people were actually doing when they logged onto their app.
Okay.
And then it turns out they were taking pictures. Lots of them. Instagram.
Yeah, he probably woke up at 4:10 in the morning and said, "I got an idea."
Don't you wish you had an aha moment like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or I have that aha moment, and then somebody else steals it.
My aha moments usually involve paper clips, chewing gum, and a little wire. I can do that.
Yeah, I can see that by looking around here.
Yeah, don't look behind the counter.
But I don't see any duct tape.
No duct tape. No,
Do I need to bring you
not
some?
really used that much in radio.
Oh, okay.
Electrical tape, different story.
Okay.
Comes off a little easier, but it still leaves everything gooey.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
All right. Did you know the 4th of July edition? So we're going to, it's called
Okay.
Did You Know? The
Oh.
4th of July edition.
Okay.
All right. So some
Okay.
things we're going to see if you knew. 4th of July was not declared a national holiday until 1941.
I did not know that.
All right.
Okay.
Did you know on the 4th of July in 1942, the U.S. air offensive against Nazi Germany began?
I would have guessed that.
All right,
But,
on the 4th.
yeah.
The number of Americans who will spend the holiday at other people's homes is approximately 41 million.
Yep, that I would believe.
Your relatives are coming. Your relatives are coming.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I said, "So what are you doing this weekend?" And she goes, "Going nuts." Okay.
Relatives.
Why? Well, all my relatives from the west side are coming over,
so
and they're
sorry.
boring.
Oh, so
And I
sorry.
said, "Well, just put them out in the back pasture and tell them to do some fuel reduction."
Yeah, I remember talking to my nephew one time and recounting a little family reunion, and how he was telling me that he was telling me which were the fun ones in the family and which were the party poopers. And then when he got done with his little intoxicated phone call,
Right.
they had locked him out of the house. He couldn't get back in. It was like 1 in the morning. He's like, "Oh, I can't get into the cabin." And then it was like, was that a bear or a coyote? The first official 4th of July party was held at the White House in 1801. All right.
Okay.
Approximately 150 million hot dogs are consumed.
On the 4th of July alone.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be sick.
Oh, okay.
Here's a strange one. Presidents John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe all died on the 4th of July.
Really? Huh.
First Independence Day celebration took place in Philadelphia on July 8th. It was 1776.
Okay.
Only John Hancock actually signed the Declaration. It was on July 4th, 1776. All the others signed later. All right, kind of like Mike. They just waited and showed up when they got back from vacation.
Exactly.
Of course, it was the 1700s, and, well, you just can't ride a pony anywhere, can you? I'm making about, what's a daily ground a pony can cover? 15 miles?
Yeah, probably.
So just to go to Colville was a 2-day trip. Dang that Walmart's hard to get to.
That's right. That's a day and a half out.
Americans will spend $111 million on popsicles and charcoal for the 4th.
Kind of opposites.
Yes. Hot things and cold things. Both no fun to sit on, though. There was my inappropriate comment I said
Okay.
I'd make.
Okay.
All right. Approximately 68.3 million cases of beer are sold on the 4th of July, which makes it the biggest holiday for beer sales.
No, I wouldn't doubt that.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you got all your family coming over, and you got to share,
Right.
buy
Exactly.
extra.
Yeah, but see, then I stock up with IPA, and nobody likes it.
Oh, there you go.
So, hey.
There you go. All right, so how much money do you think we will spend as a nation for the 4th of July fireworks?
For the fireworks?
Yeah, this is just American consumers.
600 million.
You were so close. That's because you're a money guy, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it's
yeah.
750 million.
750 million?
Yeah, no, nobody else I don't think would have got. That's pretty close. and it was kind of your like little experience with radio too, wasn't it? You used to do some kind of money show.
Yeah,
at
I
some
did.
point?
Actually, I
that's
did
what
in Seattle for 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
Because you are a natural.
I am a natural.
You are a
That's
natural
what
on the
people tell
radio.
me. I
You
don't
are-
know a natural at what.
Natural at what? Yes, and you're very humble too. Stop.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Stop
Mike,
with all the
get
humility.
a little arrogance. Get a
Yeah,
little
come on.
arrogance.
You need to be a little
Yeah.
more arrogant because every time
That's right.
every time I've ever given Mike a compliment, he's like, "Oh gosh, that's not true."
That's right. Well, I don't say it's not true. I might say, "Oh God."
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
He doesn't discredit it.
Yeah,
Okay,
know.
so you got the ego. It's great. Pay no attention to the man in the window
Yeah.
behind the mirror.
I had somebody tell me a long time ago that sometimes you got to blow your own horn, otherwise somebody uses a spittoon.
Oh, and that is really true when you work for a company. Sometimes they
Right.
don't notice if you don't toot it, but toot lightly
Yeah, but
because
toot
nobody
lightly.
likes loud toots.
No.
It's true.
That's true.
All right, the loudest tooter usually ends up leaving.
Leaving. First guy out.
All right, I think I had another 4th of July thing before I test your brain power this morning.
Okay.
After all those compliments. What July has in store for us other than the 4th? All right, one of the big deals, Stranger Things Season 3 starts on Netflix on the 4th. It's a pretty good show with kids. I mean,
really?
it is actually amazing. Yeah,
I've
it is
never seen
really cool. And the kids are amazing actors. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good stuff. World Wife Carrying Championship is July 5th and 6th. Gonna have to travel to Finland, though. I'm gonna have to get married. I think I'll pass for this year.
Fast as okay.
I could plan ahead, though, for next year.
That's right.
All right. Saturday, July 6th, the world's most famous cycling race, the Tour de France.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Must start.
It starts on the
Yeah,
6th.
okay.
On the 7th, the Women's World Cup final.
Okay.
All-Star game for Major League on the 9th. The 10th is the Oscars of the sports world, the ESPY Awards. The 13th, Wimbledon takes off. The women's singles finale is played. Also on the 14th, the men's singles. Emmy nominations are announced on the 16th. Let's see. Oh, you'll like this one. Golf's British Open on the 18th. Did you guys
18th?
celebrate that up at the golf course?
We don't really celebrate it, but it's on every TV.
Oh, yeah. Do you all walk around with British accents?
Yeah.
That was a little Australian, I think.
Oh, Australian? Okay.
All right, close, though. It's Australian. What are they but a British criminal?
That's true. That's true, actually.
There's a ring of truth to him. You should shut up, though. On Friday the 19th, the amazing-looking Lion King hits theaters. I guess
Okay.
another Lion King on
Another
the 19th.
one.
Yeah. 28th, Shark Week on Discovery Channel.
Okay.
Shark.
Shark.
All right, that's all. That's like pretty much it. that's July.
You built me up and then let me down.
I missed one date, the 12th, Chautauqua.
Oh, that's right. Chautauqua.
Chautauqua.
12,
I
13,
can't believe that
14.
didn't make the list. How could Chautauqua not make the national list? Things
That's
to
right.
do.
Exactly.
All right. Wedding don'ts this summer. You got invited to any weddings yet? You probably
No.
see a few up there at the hill, though, with your guys' ballroom.
some,
huh?
yeah.
Don't keep clinking your glass. It becomes disruptive. Don't get too drunk, no matter how much champagne is flowing. Or how good the shooters taste, depending on the type of wedding. If it's a Stevens County wedding. One thing very important, I noticed this when I was DJing a employee party at the YMCA one year. It's don't disrobe. Just don't do it.
Don't do that.
Don't disrobe during the reception. Keep your clothes on, even if you feel hot and uncomfortable. You can take off your jacket, loosen up your tie, but that's it.
That's about it, Jim.
Yes. Don't go crazy at the buffet. And don't make ridiculous song requests to the DJ. Slip that one in. Yeah. There's always some idiot. Could you play Stairway to Heaven?
For the 42th.
Yeah. At a wedding? Are you kidding me? Go away. All right. And what Uncle Bob usually does, don't create a spectacle. If your wife, your new bride, or someone else gets inebriated and walks out, well, follow them quietly. Especially if it's your new wife.
That's right.
All right, fun and games. This is an easy one. We're going to see how well you listen to me today.
Okay. All right.
President John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe have this in common.
They all died on the 4th of July.
Man, you retain information. There's no Alzheimer's going on there.
No, not yet.
Bam.
But it is selective.
All right. In a survey of doctors, the most common thing kids stuck up their noses in order are crayons, beads, and a type of food.
Type of food. Crayons, beads, and peas.
Oh, think of something else that would go up your nose really easy, especially if you missed your mouth. What's one of the kids' first foods they eat?
Bananas.
Okay, you're not going to get it. So I'm going to help you out.
Okay.
This food was the first food my eldest daughter, I think it was the first word that she ever spoke, other than like maybe a da-da, and I'm thinking, oh, she said daddy. We were coming out of a bank, and she pointed at the Golden Arches and said, fries.
Fries? Okay, fries. Okay,
fries.
All right. Okay.
That's right. I remind my daughter of that all the time. You know your first word was fries. Such a horrible single dad.
That's right.
All right. Each year in the U.S., 105,000 people are injured by what outdoor toy?
Lawn darts.
Oh, so good. And of course, that's an injury we all want to see on YouTube, right? What's that in your head? Lawn dart.
Lawn dart.
Actually, trampolines.
Oh, really?
Trampolines.
Okay.
All right.
Didn't we talk about that last week?
Yeah.
Trampolines.
All right. Can you give me 3 words that rhyme with happy?
Happy, sappy, nappy, lappy.
All right. There's 3. How about toast?
Toast, coast, most, grossed.
How about ghost? We'll take that one.
Okay, ghost.
All right. Hey, you're pretty good at that. I won't keep on picking you. Tell me which one's the lie, though. Pets cause 22,000 fall-related injuries a year, or Americans spend more time touching their computer keyboards than their spouses, or 1 in 4 married U.S. women make more money than their husbands. Which one's the lie? Pets cause 22,000 fall-related injuries. Americans spend more time touching their computer keyboards than their wives. 1 in 4 married women make more money than their husbands. Which one's the lie?
The last one.
The last one. And you are wrong, believe it or not.
Really?
Pets cause 22,000 fall-related injuries. You thought it was more, didn't you?
That's right. Yeah, I did, actually.
Wow.
Because I trip over my dog at least once a month.
Well, and cats do it purposefully.
Yeah.
If he falls, he'll have to crawl to my bowl and feed me.
Right.
All right. So Americans do spend more time touching their computer keyboards than their spouses. Wow. You know, if you're married, I'd use that as a thing. I've got a new goal in life, honey. I'm going to touch you more than the keyboard.
Yeah, the keyboard.
Yeah.
I could go places there.
All right. I'm looking for a woman that makes more money than me. No. I don't see why Hey, wait. I think that's funny. The 1 in 4 married women make more than their husbands.
That surprises me.
And I would be totally, I was making a joke out of it, but I'd be totally okay with that, where I think some guys could be feel threatened by that. I'd be like, baby, go.
Yeah.
Make that money.
Exactly. No, I absolutely agree with that.
All right. You go, ladies.
Go.
Go. Just don't hurt yourself.
I want to retire early. Oh, I am retired. Okay.
I'm going to go talk to your wife, make sure she keeps an eye on you. More fun and games. 1 in 8 Americans think this was faked.
Okay.
This is an event.
An event.
1 in 8 Americans still think this was faked, this event. Didn't really happen. Landing on the moon. You got it.
Yep.
All right. These can spit at speeds of up to 600 times per second. Oh, and I think this is wrong. These can spin at speeds of up to 600 times per second. And it's really scary, and it makes a high-pitched noise.
Really scary, makes a high-pitched noise. I was going to say hummingbirds.
And you feel like you're strapped down, but you're really not. You're at the dentist.
Dentist. Oh, the drill.
All right. So make it easy for you.
Yeah, I was at the dentist last week, and they go, so do you need an anesthetic, to deaden you? And I go, do I need it? Are you going to do something that's beyond normal here?
That's when I take the scalpel out and say, we're not going to hurt each other, are we?
That's right. Well, or you walk in and they say, wow, Mike, I'd just like to let you know that the person that's going to be working on you today, it's their first day.
Yeah. Do you mind? I did that one time with the numbing, and
Right.
it was like, do you mind if the trainee does the numbing?
Numbing.
Always say no. I mean, yes, I mind.
Yes, I
As
mind.
in,
Yeah.
no, do not let her do
No,
it.
this-
That is
this-
such a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Because then when the tooth stuff actually happens and she didn't do it right, you find out.
You find out really quick. Yeah. No, this was fine. I mean,
Right.
but I just thought, in fact, I told the gal at the desk, should I be worried?
Should I be worried?
No.
All right. What five-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it.
And I've already given you the answer.
Well, thanks.
What in that sentence? What 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
5-letter word becomes shorter. Shortening?
Shorter.
Shorter.
Shorter. Short. Short.
Oh, okay.
Short.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
shorter was your word in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's a
got
tough one,
got
wasn't it?
Yeah, that
That'll
was.
scramble your
I was
brains.
thinking of adding okay.
That'll scramble egg your brains for breakfast. All right, we're gonna leave you with this one. Super easy stuff on the way out. This is called Answer Wrong
So
and
you
win.
set me up. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm not looking for. This is the tough part about it is I don't want the real answer. You got to give me something
Okay.
clever.
Okay.
This tosses people up really bad.
Okay.
Okay. What date on the calendar is Independence Day celebrated?
December 25th.
Okay. A little faster.
Oh,
now, a
no.
little faster.
I know what that
Okay.
date is. The date my divorce was finalized.
That's Independence Day. Ooh. Ow. All right. America won her independence from what country?
Tarzania.
Is that a real country? Did you make that up?
I made that up.
Okay, Will Smith started a movie about the country's independence from alien rule. Name that movie.
Pretty Woman.
I'm just going to keep going now. That was pretty good. All right, I won't cry. There's a small town in Missouri named Independence. What's the name of it?
Paris.
Thank you. I thought that one was really going to throw you off. There you go. Answer wrong and win. Mr. Mike Bance, you won. My admiration.
What did I win?
Admiration.
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 Oh,
All right.
Okay. Can I go out in the street? Now, can I walk over to Safeway and say, hey, I got a cup of admiration here from Scott. What can I get? And they said, a job.
What can I trade this cup of admiration in for? Well, over here we have cups of happiness, but they are $1 more. And if you want a cup of love, you're going to have to cough up a 10. All right, enough of that. Here at Rob Thomas, he's always singing about nice things. This one's a Her Diamonds, and it's KCHW 102.7. Stick around, me and Mike Bent's back. Oh, it didn't play. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Here we go.
Click the button. Click the button.
Shh, shh, shh.
Oh, up the hill, she says I just can't win for losing. And she lays back down. Man, there's so many times I don't know what I'm doing. Like I don't know now. By the light of the moon, she rubs her eyes. Says it's funny how the night can make you blind. I can just imagine. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but if she feels bad, then I do too. So I let her be. And she says, ooh, I can't take no more. Her tears like diamonds on the floor, and her diamonds bring me down. 'Cause I can't help her now. She's down in it. She tried her best and now she can't win. It's hard to see them on the ground. Her diamonds falling down. Way down. She sits down and stares into the distance, and it takes all night. And I know I could break her concentration, oh, but it don't feel right. By the light of the moon, she rubs her eyes, sits down on the bed and starts to cry. And there's something less about her. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so I sit down and I cry too. But don't let her see. And she says, ooh, I can't take no more. Her tears like diamonds on the floor, and her diamonds bring me down. 'Cause I can't help her now. She's down in it. She tried her best and now she can't win. It's hard to see them on the ground.